Hey guys, the girl Jalicia, and I'm back with another video. As you can see, we're at the salon. Today I am here to talk about locks. Specifically, what not to do with your locks. Because on the internet and in my inbox has been a bunch of questions and concerns about things that people are doing with their locks that I don't agree with. Most of them are dangerous and not good practices to have with your locks. So today, we about to get into all of that. I have the top 10 things not to do with your locks, okay? Or let someone else do. So if you're interested in my list of 10, stay tuned. Alright, so as usual, you know I got to make me a list so I can go ahead and remember everything I want to talk about. So let's get started. Alright, number 1 is no popping or twisting your hair dry. And popping, also known as separating, okay? I don't know whose idea this was or why people do this, but popping your hair dry, it hurts, okay? And that's the big red flag to let you know I shouldn't be doing this. If it's hurting, girl, you should not be doing it. Never separate your hair or retwist your hair dry. Retwisting your hair, especially if you use a comb while doing so, is going to damage the roots of your hair. It's going to separate hairs. You want the hair to be wet so that it's pliable and or flexible. You want it to be able to move when you move, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. Yeah, so you want to be able to comb through it, separate and all that stuff without the pain. Now, I'm not saying separating when wet doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt as much as when it's dry. So you definitely do not want to do that to your locks or your scalp. Number 2 is something that I've been saying on my channel for quite a time. No going to African braiding shops for your locks. Now, I know it seems that braiding shops should know because for some reason, locks and braids go hand in hand. But the people at the African braiding shop cannot assist you with your locks. I've told you guys a story countless times about how my clients come and complain, how they use black gel, they don't wash their hair, all this kind of stuff. And if you think about when you've ever been in an African braiding shop, they rarely, if ever, have a shampoo bowl. And that should let you know right then, this is not the place to be. Now, I understand because of pricing, sometimes you have to go there. But, hey girl, hey, you definitely do not want to go there if you can. I would find somebody on Craigslist before I go to the African braiding shop and let them practice on my hair. I just won't do it. That's my advice. Don't go there, okay? And if you must go there, find somebody else. No shade to the Africans or the African braiding shops. They do amazing braids. It's just they're not versed in locks and they don't know enough about it in order to be servicing locks in a healthy way. Alright, number 3 is no alcohol products, beeswax, or black gel. Now, you guys know I have went on and on about this, and I definitely feel passionate about it. Alcohol dries out your hair to no end. You do not want to use a retwist product. I prefer for you to use sulfates than to use anything with alcohol in it. Okay? That's how bad I hate alcohol. So for all you stylists out there spraying spritz in your client's hair, shame on you, okay? And you know who you are, because I done sent some of my clients to someone in Tampa that was spraying spritz. Baby, no ma'am. Talk about somebody was mad. Okay? No ma'am. It's never necessary to put spritz in your hair, period. That brings me to my next point. There's no reason to ever put beeswax in your locks. You do not need that kind of hole, and you do not need your hair to be frozen in time, okay? Let it go, not twisting it anymore. Right, because it's going to be gone, okay? Your scalp cannot breathe with that much gunk on it. And the beeswax clogs up your pores. It's just not a good thing. And it never washes out. And the black gel, that's just self-explanatory. Because if you look at Pro Style, which is the most popular black gel, it has alcohol in it. So refer back to the beginning of this sentence. Yes. No, no, no. I feel like the Backstreet Boys. No, no, no. Alright, number 4 is no over twisting. Now, I've talked about this in all my retwist videos, I know for sure. And I'm sure I went on and on about it in other videos because you know I like to go on to a rant. But it's not necessary to over twist your hair. If your hair is doubling on itself, that is way too tight. And if you need an example and demonstration of that, click below to my retwist video and you will see an example of over twisting. Alright, number 5 may step on a bunch of people's toes, but hey, this is what I do, isn't it? Number 5 is no sitting in a loctician's chair without seeing their work. Okay, you don't want to just call somebody up on Craigslist, Angie's List, Backpage, wherever we are, you know, flyers, different things, without seeing their work and verifying that the work that they're shown is actually theirs. Okay, I've been forced to watermark all of my pictures. I know you've noticed that if you're following my Loc page, but I watermark mostly every picture that I have because of people stealing my looks. I advertise on Craigslist because it's free. No, I'm not offering sex. I'm just offering locs, but it's definitely a free way to advertise, and a lot of people go on there, and I have seen my pictures on other people's ads right on Craigslist, and I'm like, no ma'am, no ham, no motherfucking Pam. Who does that? But it does happen. So you definitely want to make sure that that person's work is what it says is, and you want to make sure that they are doing locs in a healthy way before you sit in their chair. Okay, that's a tip from me to you. All right, number 6, and this ties right along with number 5. No letting people put miscellaneous or anonymous products in your hair. Okay, everybody and their mama want to be Mrs. Jessie and mix up something in the bathtub. I don't agree with that. There are a lot of healthy products out there that can help your hair, but I would prefer to use products that were made for the hair. Okay, all chemicals ain't bad chemicals, and even if you want to be a naturalista, you at least want to know what is being used on your hair. So never ever ever sit down and just be like, twist it and, you know, use whatever you want. That is a no-no. Okay, and I always say this, and I'm gonna say it one more time: if you go to someone to get their hair done and they refuse to tell you what they're using, get up and leave. No, I'm paying you, you're not paying me. Number 7 ties right along with 5 and 6. I am a strong believer in not putting honey in your locs. Yes, I said it. Don't put honey in your locs. Okay, first of all, let me just go ahead and squash this argument right now. Honey is an amazing humectant. Okay, and I know a lot of loose naturals use it in your hair, but the key is loose natural. Okay, when you have locs and you put honey in your hair, good luck trying to get that honey out. You are going to do at least 40 washes before that honey leaves. Even if you can't see it, it's on the inside. So it's not a good idea to put raw honey in your locs. Now, if you have a product that has a little bit of honey in it, that's fine, because a little bit of honey can be washed out. But to retwist your whole hair with honey boo, or part your hair and put honey all through your locs, that's just not smart. So if you are one of those that are doing that, please stop it. Or if you're not going to stop, then please don't send me a message when your hair is all clogged up and stiff and you can't even bend it as to why. I'm going to ignore you, boo. I'm going to ignore you because I'm telling you not to do it. Number 8 is no brushing your locs. Now, when I say no brushing, I'm not saying you can't ever brush your locs. But what I mean is no brushing down the shaft of your locs. Because I know a lot of people brush their locs to get rid of lint. I'm not really sure how that's going to work because the lint is in your hair. And while it does remove a little bit of surface lint, it's not powerful enough to risk damaging your locs. Because like I told you guys before, all of this on the outside is attached to something on the inside. So if I am raking a brush through my hair, especially if my hair is dry, it's popping those hairs. Those hairs are microscopic. Like, you're not going to be able to see all the damage. And I don't want you trying to have lint-free locs, which is a myth, by the way, and damage your loc trying to get that. Lint is bothering you so bad, A, dye it, or B, pick it out. Okay? Good luck with that. And I have a video, and I will link it down below, on how to pick lint out your hair. It's very time consuming but effective. When I have a problem with lint, honestly, I just dye my hair. That's what I do, because it's no point in trying to get it out. You're going to be fighting with your locs, especially the two back rows. Take a picture of your back row or your locs and see if that'll horrify you at night. Yes, okay? Yes. Number 9. Number 9 is no daily washing and air drying, okay? And I know some of you are like, who in the hell washes their hair every day? Trust me, some people do wash their hair every day, especially those with a finer texture, and especially men who are accustomed to coming from a fade and growing their hair out. No, boo. Especially when you have starter locks, you cannot wash your hair every day. It's just not smart. You know, we as African Americans, we need a little bit of the oil. And we don't make as much as Caucasians do in their hair, so we don't get that greasy buildup after one day. It is not a smart idea to wash your hair every day, especially if your hair is over 3 inches long. It's going to take too long to air dry, and with air drying, you never know how dry your hair is, because again, we're drying the outside and the inside. So definitely don't wash your hair every day, because that air dry is going to catch up with you and your hair is going to start to stink. Okay, you ever have wet towels in your room somewhere sitting and you walk in like, what is that smell? That's going to be your hair, boo. That's going to be your hair. Now, I'm not saying don't air dry, because I definitely air dry, but I dry majority of the water out first and then I air dry the rest of the way, especially since my hair is long now. Child, I would be air drying for the rest of the week. And that brings me to number 10, okay? And this is something that gets on my nerves, okay? No covering your hair when it's wet and or damp, okay? And that means no tying it down after you wash it, which makes absolutely no sense. Or when you go and exercise, or when it's an extremely hot day and you know you're sweating your hair, you do not want to cover that up with a stocking cap, a beanie, a hair tie, anything that constricts air from drying that hair. Your hair is going to mildew, and I have seen mildew locks, and let me tell you, it stunk up my entire apartment, okay? Ray was over it, and I was over it. I washed my hand with bleach probably 5 times after, okay? Like, you remember when Ace Ventura kissed that man, and he came home and like plunged his mouth, ate 8 pieces of gum, squirt like 5 tubes of toothpaste in his mouth. He was doing all that extra stuff. That's what I did to my hand, okay? Because it is gross. And your hair will not only smell stink, it will turn green and you will see a fungus. You do not want that, because no, it's a liability for anyone to do your hair at that point. The only option is shaving it off, okay? Once it's gone up to the deep end where it's turning green, nothing can save that, and that's disgusting, okay? Nobody wants that, so make sure your hair is completely dry before you tie it down. It's just as simple. Alright guys, so that was my top 10 things not to do with your locks. I definitely hope that you guys are not doing any of these things on the list, but if you are, this is my opinion as to why you shouldn't be doing it, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to hear what your no-nos would be down below. Feel free to let me know what you did that you won't be doing no more, what you smell, because I know it's stinky, and all that good stuff. I would, you know, I love to interact with y'all. So leave me a comment so that we can chat back, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.